Okay, new plan. New plan, ladies and gents, new plan. Write this one down. Get a pen, get some paper. I'll give you a second. New plan. New plan. Write it down. You might forget. New plan, Morris. New plan. Finish the game. Just finish the game. Okay, it doesn't matter how you finish the game. Just finish the game, or you will never finish the game. Okay, good. Has everybody got that? That's for my benefit as much as yours. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. You are here with Morris, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome back. It's also Happy New Year, I should say. 2019. We got here. Yeah, who would have thought? But no, we did. We got here. And where we're going next is where we should have gone this whole time. I just want to point out that if you are playing this, I would fully recommend, while you have Redis in the party, and I'm just reiterating something that I've probably already said, but it's been a while, so I want to point it out again. Just do everything that the game has on offer right now when you have Redis in the party. But the more I think about it, the more I think, wow, this could go on forever. And I made a commitment at the start of this to finish this game, and that's exactly what I want to do. And I just feel like if I spend so much time thinking about how much I've got left, in terms of optional content, I'm never going to do it. So I'm just going to concentrate on the story, and then afterwards, we can worry about hunts. You know, whenever. Then we can just I can put a video out once every 3 months with a few hunts in it, and that works for me. You know, without having the story outstanding. So yeah, let's go to the let's go to where we should have gone, and we can take the Strahl, the newly refurbished Strahl. To not the final dungeon, but in any other game, this would be the final dungeon.
A tower on distant shore, and about its peak a piercing mist.
And in that mist, the Suncrest waits.
My lady, your words still sound of doubt. Pray you reach your answer ere we the Suncrest.
And? Should I choose revenge, what then?
Then your woe shall be your own.
Vaughn, a word. If something untoward should happen to me, you're taking the Strahl.
Untoward? What's this about?
I am the leading man. I need to do something heroic. Don't worry, I'll show you how to fly her.
See, this is where I always had a bit of a problem with the terminology of dungeon when it is clearly a tower. Anyway, here we... Oh god, yeah, gambits. Oh god. I guess they're all set up in the way that they used to be set up, so... Shouldn't really have any problems with that. I mean, we have the added advantage that Redis has the Arise spell. Right at the top, yeah, I knew what I was doing. And that's where it shall stay. I did spend a hell of a load of license points before the episode. I guess I'd just been collecting them without realizing, because we were doing a lot of hunts, and in the meantime just killing off random enemies super easily, so I had just hundreds of license points that I've really just spent on kind of buffing the characters rather than buying any new abilities. Good God, this was a long time ago. This was a really long time ago. Anywho, but yeah, this is quite an impressive dungeon if you want to call it that. Quite an impressive location, generally, because it's just... I don't know if I've been in a larger dungeon in my whole life. I don't play a massive amount of RPGs. I remember the size of this place blew me away when I was younger, and it still kind of does, the amount of stuff you have to go through. I remember that there are a lot of traps in this area. So I'm just going to go ahead and put float on just to save us a bit of time. But yeah, I got the usual kind of, oh yeah, enemies. I got the wow, those levels. Okay, well, I remember getting smacked the first time I came here, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Big damage, but as long as they're attacking Bosch, I guess it's fine. Just keep that decoy coming. But yes, I believe if I'm remembering correctly, I'd say there were six story bosses between us and the end of this dungeon. One you could argue is kind of 2 in 1 fight. Well, one is 2 in 1 fight, but I still count it as a separate boss. So yes, lots going on. Oh, actually no, if by those rules there will be 7 bosses between us and the end of this dungeon. So we have a kind of a long journey ahead of us. And yeah, I didn't want to... The reason it's taken me so long to make a new one of these episodes is... It's when I think about the amount of content, if I wanted to sort of do everything, like the amount of time, the amount of... Well, yeah, just the amount of time, basically. And I just kind of wanted to... It was more important to me, I remember when I started this, it was more important to me to kind of just do the story, just do the kind of experience that I guess the majority of players would get, you know? And just kind of follow that through, rather than try and do a... It sort of grew a bit out of my control, trying to do this kind of completionist run, which is really never what I kind of intended to do. I mean, hell, I've never done that in my own time. So to kind of suddenly, you know, find the strength, the courage to do that for a set of videos would be a hell of a leap. I could really do with a map of this area. But yeah, this location is pretty infamous in terms of... Oh god. Pretty infamous in terms of the enemies that lurk here. This area, Colosseum, the aptly named Colosseum, is the place where you fight the very final hunt of the game. And these traps that are lying around here aren't kind of... They're not just here for this. They are here for that fight as well. So it's a bit frustrating. Although when you're at that point of the game, you can kind of hit some of these traps and it's fine. But some of them are like instant death things. But generally, you have a setup to counteract being killed instantly, which the final hunt of the game can do. It just has that ability. It doesn't do damage with its attacks. It's a move that just kills you. Doesn't really matter how much health you have. But yeah, in terms of... Ooh, great axe. In terms of chests, I wouldn't say there was a lot between now and the end of the game, which is kind of essential. I mean, we've pretty much stuck to the same setup for most of the game. It's good enough to get you through everything, I think. We've just kind of made tweaks here and there when things have become more powerful. I don't actually remember where a lot of these chests are, so I'm just... Again, having the guide next to me, I don't need to look at it. I'll just do it from memory. I'll just explore a little bit. But yeah, this very much feels like a final dungeon. I mean, this game, when you actually complete it, like, you know, with any Final Fantasy, when you actually, you know, go to the end, it is the end, you know, and you can't kind of finish the story and then come back to the mainland and finish everything else. Which is always one of those things that's it's always annoying in games where there's that kind of It doesn't matter if there's a point of no return, but it's the point of not being able to come back. That's the problem. But I guess that's why so many games nowadays, they have that ability to just kind of dive back in straight from actually finishing the main story of the game. Still, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that kind of point, you know? It's like, hey, do this and that's it, then the game will end, because... Ooh, map. Handy. Because in terms of an RPG, it allows you to use all those items that you would never otherwise use. It allows me to go into here and just use these high ethers and elixirs and megalixirs and whatever else is in that menu that I don't know about. Just use them and just have that freedom. I mean, as long as there's somewhere else to go and something else to do, in a kind of free roaming mode, those items, they'll never get used. Does anyone even know what the animations look like? Does anyone even know what they do, really? Pretty sure no one's ever used them. Cassie. That is a gorgeous name for that enemy. Don't you think? Well, I am performing much better than the first time I went through this area. Wowie! I basically just fleed all the way. I just held in the R2 button all the way to the save point. And spent a bit of time just leveling up here. It is a pretty good level area. I mean, you see there, 1000 XP per enemy. And that's with 4 characters here. So, can't really argue with that. I mean, what kind of XP are we on? So yeah, look at that, 19, 20 more of them. We've leveled up. It's just, it's pretty good. It's pretty nicely balanced for this part of the game. They definitely do. Oh god. Oh yeah, that was the problem. Some enemies can cannibalize the others, and then they become super strong. But our damage here is pretty good, so should be able to keep up. What was I going to say then? Oh yeah, this area, it does a pretty good job in introducing you to the level and the intensity as well. Whoa. The potential intensity of the sort of upcoming fights. Because there's quite a few areas in this where you can be surrounded by a hell of a lot of enemies. And they're all pretty gosh dang darn tough. Ah, disease. That's not what anyone wants. Yeah, we're not even in the dungeon yet. Oh, I have 97 of these, I see. Wait, oh, Bosch doesn't have all the extra abilities, does he? Oh, I have to use the remedy with the right person. Okay, we'll just get to the save crystal. I'm pretty sure it's up here anyway. Good job, I have 97 of them. 96 now. Look at that. Look at that troll. Right on the, like, shortest path to the save crystal, they just put 1,000,000 traps there. 1,000,000. Don't count them. I've counted for you. It's 1,000,000 traps. And this area is kind of this area actually. We have now officially, I guess, caught up to the area that I'm at. You know, in my own save. There's a see. We're going up. We're going up to the top of the tower. But you can also go down to the bottom of the tower. And that's where the sweep. What even is that? Is that an ability? Item? Weapon? Oh, it is. It's a pole. Right, okay. But yeah, you can, after you've finished this dungeon, you can then return and access new parts of it, new floors, new challenges. And there's a hunt down there as well, I think. Well, at least one. With endless spawning enemies. And I don't mean run around and they keep spawning. I mean, literally they'll just keep coming out of nowhere. Until eventually they will overwhelm you. I don't think I need floats for this, do I? Don't need that. That should work. That should work okay. Sorry, yes, there is a boss coming up. Fortunately, though, a lot of bosses later on in the game are in these areas where you can sort of see the mist. You can sort of see the mist just swirling around, so you get your magic back a lot quicker in these later boss fights. And I don't know whether that was the idea of putting mist into these fights is kind of a... was just a balance problem, like initially, because it's really just... I mean, yes, it has a story reason to kind of be there, and an explanation of being there. But the fact is, in gameplay terms, your magic goes up quicker because you need more magic, because you need to do more spells and heal more. And it just, for me, when I'm playing the game, it's like, well, is that just because it wasn't these boss fights just weren't sort of balanced, and they just needed a way for you to just get more magic? Oh my goodness me! Take that weapon off. Oh god. Okay, that was rough. I wonder. Pinello must be able to use remedies properly, right? No, don't use it on yourself, Pinello. Oh god, that was dumb. Okay, well, now it's getting interesting. Now it's getting real interesting. See, I wonder if I wonder if the backup party can take this fight, because it's about to get very hairy, because Redis is about to die. Maybe if I bring... Okay, so Redis is about to bring back Bosch. So I need somebody to throw a remedy that works on Bosch to get rid of disease. Can Balthier do that? That's the question. Can he actually do that? Let's check. Oh, yes! This is a fight. This is a real introduction to this area. This is probably one of the harder fights of this entire section, actually. If not the hardest. Remedy lore, yes. Sleep, sap, immobilize, disable, or petrify, confuse, and oil. Aha! Good job I left a few license points left. So he couldn't do it, but now he can. Stop, doom, and disease. Okay. So, now I just gotta throw on, real quick. Onto Bosch. See how quick that was? Instantly. Now, we need to put the gambit back on for raise. No, we don't. We need to switch to Pinello, because Pinello needs to heal Bosch while Balthier puts decoy on Bosch, and then I can raise Redis. That's what I need to do. Oh, thank God for this sort of weight battle system here. There we go. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, now Balthier needs to throw another remedy. This is why you buy 99 of them. Onto Redis. Sap is fine. Sap is okay. See how quickly Redis brings people back? That's what you want. And I'll just run around as Pinello, I guess. It just feels safer. See, Redis starts up that spell. It's almost like as soon as somebody goes down, and it's so quick. Okay, there we go. Got a bit hairy. Always gets a bit hairy when your tank goes down. That's okay. Disease does make that fight a bit tough. God, it always worries me when Pinello throws that thing in the air. Look at it. You'd never do that. Congratulations, guys. We're all still sort of bleeding out, some of us. I don't think Balthier is dead, but... Congratulations. Oh, no. Totally fine. And we're sort of being sapped, but that's okay. There is a save point just in here, actually. Oh, cure emotes. That would have been very useful. Thank you. Thank you, game, for that one. And a ruby ring, which I think I already have. Okay, so we haven't even started the dungeon.
Hey, Fran. Something's written on the wall.
Engraved by someone, it seems. It's quite old. Lo, seeker in days unborn, God blade bearer. Know you, this tower challenges the sky. Where the watcher, the ward of the three waits, soul hungry, unsated. He without power, want it not. He with power, trust it not. He with sight, heed it not. Rend illusion, cut the true path. In blood, Wraithwall.
The Dynast King?
Does it startle you? The Dynast King took his sword from the Ocuria. It was here he claimed the Nethicite. He must have known he was not the last the Ocuria would choose. He left this for you. Rend illusion, cut the true path. Words of much mystery, yet his blood runs in your veins. Perhaps it whispers to you the truth.
Now we've started the dungeon. Notice there it said first ascent, as in there is more than one ascent. As in it's almost like there's 3 dungeons in one. That's the stage we're at now. And I don't remember a lot about it. So I guess Well, I know this does nothing. I guess we're just gonna have to explore. We don't have a map of this place. In fact, I don't recall if you ever get a map of this place. So we're just gonna have to run around and try and find the right way forwards. And notice just underneath our little mini-map there, we're on the first floor. How many floors are there, you ask? Well, the total amount is lots. It's actually unclear. But we're gonna climb them. We're gonna climb them all. Ah, mimics! Oh, sorry, a mimeo. These enemies are much easier than the ones outside. I mean, never let them gang up on you, right? But still. So I remember ages ago talking about the enemy designs in this game. And I think I was talking about this design specifically. Because it's the same as the cockatrice, except now it's a chimera brain. E. You know, but it's the same enemy design. And this is where it kind of falls down a little bit because, you know, we're in what is obviously a massive dungeon towards the climax of the game, and we're still kind of fighting the same thing, really. Oh yeah, these little orbs. Don't remember what they're for, but we'll find out. Ancient letters hang. Benighted child, unchosen with life so short, this tower freely may you tread. In your passing learn of truth, in your passing speak of truth. These words writ by hands undying. Mistmare, that's a cool name. Oh god, not Blindger. Blindger never misses, I don't think. Actually, let's flick that back up to 40%. Just to keep everyone topped off. God, I love that. Oh, another black orb. They disappear after a while, and I'm sure you need them for something. Oh, I love that magic really just costs nothing for Pinello. Oh, come on. Stop? Really? Don't I have a gambit for that? Ah, it's that one. I don't recall there being any enemies that can confuse us in here. You can see how things could go wrong around here. Hey, Pinello, don't just attack that thing. Great, now we have to fight two at once. Why are they just standing there? Guys! Hey, there's a fight going on in here, you know? Oh, they're locked onto the other one. Which just pieced the fuck out, apparently. Oh, well, that's fine. Apparently I can beat these with just Pinello and Bosch. That's nice. Oh, yeah, I really hope you like this music, by the way, because we're going to be hearing it for the next sort of 10 episodes. Boy, is this dungeon big. I can't quite stress that enough. Alrighty. Oh, a locked door. Here we go. This will solve the mystery. Will not open. Well, that did not solve anything. Hermes sandals, do I have those? I did not. Equip haste. And it ups your strength as well. Weirdly doesn't up your speed, but I guess it does equip haste, so I can forgive it for that. Okay, so there's obviously something else going on that I need to do to unlock that door. probably collect a load of these blue orbs. I remember that being a massive gimmick for the floor below us when you get to the optional areas. Oh, please tell me this is a map. I didn't even know this was here, but that's incredibly handy. I got a map of the first Ascent, not the whole dungeon, but a map of the first bit of it. That's a problem actually. If he gets rid of... oh, that item gets rid of slow and stop, but I don't want him to do that. Okay, we'll just get rid of that and do it manually. There's no point getting rid of slow and then casting haste. You might as well just cast haste. It's not efficient. I hate it when it's not efficient. Although who am I to talk about efficiency? This has not been the most efficient playthrough anyone's ever done. But I mean, that's fine with me. It was never going to be. Maybe the first few fights, but you don't really have to think about those. Aha! The Altar of Night. The altar bears a time-worn inscription. The beasts here dwelling oft possess black orbs for some reason. Here with approach by thine offering sealed way to open. Use a black orb. Well, I have many of them. The first seal has been broken. Maybe that just opens the door. Maybe it's as easy as that. I really don't give Fran enough credit, because a black mage in this game is actually incredibly useful. She never really gets a look in. Or at least my black mage never gets a look in. But that's my bad. Right, I will actually, speaking of Fran, I'll switch out the party a little bit. If nothing else, just to remind myself what the other party actually does. Don't really want them falling behind in this dungeon. Ah, there wasn't. Wait, so that means there'll be one around that other side as well. Okay, got it. Well, we got orbs for days, so we should be able to do it. Alrighty, last one, and then that door should be open. Huzzah! The Seal of Night loses its power. Excellent. Just to remind everybody, this is floor 1. This is the amount of work that we have to do just to go up to floor 2. But no, this dungeon is cool. I have a lot of fond memories of playing this dungeon. A lot of fond memories of struggling, not really knowing, and I don't mean like now. Struggling but not really knowing what to do, where to go, what anything is. Having a completely underleveled party that's set up in completely the wrong way. Yeah, a lot of fond memories. But then, in the old version of the game, you could sort of brute force your way through. The fact that everybody could do everything, you know? You didn't have to think about it as much. Alright, so we teleport to the first boss. I actually might just switch the party out again. Sorry guys, you didn't really get a look in there that much, but, you know, needs must and everything. Let's go. I don't believe there's any items around here. Because you can't come back to these areas. So it would be a dick move, really, to put unique stuff in here. Alright, first boss. It's a big rock. So, as you can imagine, it's got a bit of health, and it hits sort of hard. It seems to be immune to something. What is it immune to? Oh, it's immune to Pinello. So, what is that? It's immune to ice, right? So let's... Oh my gosh, let's organize our weapons for a start. Just equip her with whatever is the next one down, I guess. Drop of 10, that's not too bad. Compensated by the fact that Redis is here. So yeah, this is one of the annoying things about this boss. Is this shield that it just puts up. It just goes up. And there's nothing you can do about it other than wait for it to wear off. Might be one of my least favourite parts about this game generally, is that bosses just have these moves. Once you get to this stage of the game, you'll find a lot of bosses have this. Oh, I'm suddenly immune to everything. I'm immune to everything. Everything. It's just a little bit annoying, and you've just got to keep up with, you know, the amount of damage that it's doing to everybody. Oh, I do not need float right now. So we pretty much got to chill here until it wears off. I hope everybody's having a good day out there. Tell me about your day. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing with your 2019. Don't really make New Year's resolutions anymore. I don't think there's too much point to it, you know? And I don't buy this thing of, you know, new year, new me. It's like, well, you don't have to do that. It's nice that you're thinking about new things. But, you know, you shouldn't use the new year as an excuse, you know? Just, it can be new year, same old me, just trucking along, but, you know, trying to improve. That's a much better... I mean, it doesn't flow as a saying quite as well. I don't think it's going to catch on, but... For me, that's much more applicable than anything. Oh, there we go. Now it's suddenly not immune. And it's not going to do that again, fortunately, so we just carry on. And we're kind of employing a similar tactic as we would with a lot of the worm enemies, because it's such a massive boss. Just put Bosch away from everyone else, so it really is focused on just him. Because although it mostly has physical attacks, it has a few things which can spread to other people. So, but pretty simple, like compared to that opening boss. And I mean, that's just a sad way to go, unfortunately. I feel kind of bad. But yeah, compared to that opening boss, I mean, that was... I didn't really have to do anything. I didn't have to menu much. At all, actually. Just kind of stood there and twiddled the left stick just to have something to do. Quite a nice, easy introduction. Alright, nothing else in here, so we can leave. And now all we gotta do is head back to the save crystal, and it should have opened up the central elevator. To allow us to move on. Now there isn't a boss for every floor. Is the because that would be a little much. And you do definitely get the sense of ascending a tower later on. Actually, you know, ascend many floors in what is technically the same room. Not like this, where it's all one floor. So at least there is that small feeling of progression. Unlike right now. Alrighty. Oh, it's not the central elevator, it's actually this. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, doesn't matter because I am gonna have to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Final Fantasy XII. If you are still here watching Final Fantasy XII, thank you so much. It does mean a lot that you stick with this series, even though it takes a while. Big RPG. There's so much here. But I hope that at some point in the last sort of 6 months or longer, however I've been doing, a year maybe, 18 months, I don't even remember, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, however long I've been playing this, I hope that I've at least, you know, talked somebody into maybe giving this a second look, or a first look, if you didn't already, I don't know. Or at least just demonstrate that, you know, I just remember when it came out, there was a lot of negativity around it, and it really bothered me because it was something, although yes, it was my first Final Fantasy, I didn't have anything to kind of compare it to, it was still, you know, it was a great game for me, and, you know, it's something that is very dear to me, so a lot of good memories with it, you know, still making memories with it, which is kind of incredible over 10 years later. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode, and I shall see you there. See you later.